long period as well. Creates 2 regular foots on tour. One, a rookie, M.Mignot, who had one of the wildest performances yesterday, taking out top 5 in the world, Rio Waida.
Look at these waves, Joe. I mean, they let that first one go. It is just cooking out there at the moment. Here's Matty.
Matthew McGillivray raised on a right-hand point break, which is on the calendar on the Championship Tour. Wave called Jeffreys Bay in South Africa. Throwing down some hooks, using a lot of the face. He's able to lay low through the turbulence to ride out.
And that, Matt, this was very impressive, Joe. Just knowing how strong this wind is, he has to push through his rails the entire time to surf these first carves the way he did. And this is a difficult snap to pull off. Those 2 sections converging at the same time, a lot of strength and power in those legs to be able to ride out the way he did, Joe. Another angle right here. First 2 carves are great. Smaller one, just comparing it to the size of Marco's waves that he had. Beautiful second carve, deep bottom turn. But look at how these sections converge right here at the end with this low tide. He goes up into the lip, gets a little hung up, and then when he comes out of it, he has to stay as low as possible just to be able to ride out. Here's the last combination, Joe. I mean, technique on point for Matty the entire time. But look at the amount of speed he has to get off with a bottom turn right here. Good readjustment, and you can see that second section coming towards him. He has to snap on the lip line, and when he comes down, he goes to the bottom, stays low, and rides out with the white water. Great stuff.
Of his opening ride. Mignot on the next one will slip off. An extra weight on their surfboard today. I remember at Margaret River years back, Kolohe put like a metal plate on the top of his deck just to add a little weight. He went to the hardware store and actually applied it to the deck for just a bit more weight when the wind really picked up. Someone that has their own unique personality. M.Mignot trying to find the secret here to windy offshore Punta Roca. Starting to grease a few turns, looking like he's finding the flow. Smaller wave in height. He's able to hit the lip there. And now searching down the line. He's got his end section turn right there. Tail high. One of his favorite types of moves. That one goes away from him.
One of the best claims in the business, the M&M claim right there. And, you know, smaller wave as you were mentioning right here, Joe, but it was really just a wave to get his confidence back up. He had 3 falls in a row. Want to make sure to get things going. It ain't going to be a massive score by any means, but some good surfing on it. I mean, rail to rail, into the lip right there, so he's getting his timing down. And right here, he was eyeing the end section for the air. And just seeing that Yago was able to pull up an air in the previous heat, and he got rewarded for it. He was looking for the same thing on this wave. Incomplete, but it's going to be a score to start things off. And you can just see right here, that landing so close to the shore, on the rocks, all that offshore wind and the ribs coming on top of the face. Very difficult to get a clean landing.
3.33 right into Matty McGillivray. Already with a wrap, lot of speed. Great drive off the bottom, connects well off the top, and how about that? Gained some ground on the float, but he will let go of it. Unable to ride out. But there's ways to make floaters burly and give us a good ride.
Yeah, and he was paddling back out when he caught this wave too, so just want to get a backup score. Immediately got a 6 on his first one. Beautiful second snap. It seemed like a little bit of hesitation. I didn't know if he was going to kick out or commit to the floater right there at the end. It's going to be an incomplete one, but as you said, floaters, they're definitely underrated. Beautiful down the line snap, and you can just see right there, had to double pump when he was coming off of the bottom, Joe, and it's an unforced error for McGillivray. I mean, that is a tough section to really go for it, though. All that lip line coming down on you, the offshore wind pushing you the other way, and unfortunately, a mistake right there by McGillivray. It's going to be a small score.
The floaters are also very dangerous.
They are.
You know, which can be very radical. I think Shane Beshen broke his leg. Timmy Reyes for sure. Shea Lopez did a float at Pipeline. Remember that one? That was pretty scary. Those were serious injuries that came from that. Mick Fanning with the most famous floater injury. Recovered and won 3 world titles. As we look at Marco pushing hard on those points. Couple ribs on the face that he's going to use as a ramp.
Eventually just clamped on him towards the end. Get answer back right here by Mignot. Under priority as well. A little stuck on the carve, but here just kicks on the tail pad and makes up for it with that beautiful slide of the fins. And then straight into the reverse. That is his patented maneuver right there, Joe. It's going to be a
way to identify a place to punch the tail out, and we are in the tube with McGillivray for a moment. Of course he would find an opportunity to pull in. A point break specialist, and you can see his strengths really coming out right now.
You know, he's not joking around, he's not laughing, he's not hanging with his homies. He is strictly in the Ethan zone.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Strider. M.Mignot now lighting up a section with the tail blowing out. Tries to control that one through the turbulence, off the lip this time. M.Mignot, the rookie on tour from France, belts that lip line again. Ripping it in the open face. There's the drive through the inside wall there, and stays on his feet through some wild sections there.
And I thought this wave, for how it was, Joe, personally, very well surfed. I mean, great pacing to it. A beautiful first turn, dynamic as well. Second turn, a bit more stuck. Wasn't fully committed to that section. Much better right there. And the recovery he has had after his first 3 waves with the falls, very impeccable. And right here, I'm thinking to myself, 418 is what you need. Maybe start going pedal to the metal here at the end. Try to fit in there. Decides to stick with the rail surfing. So before Matt's wave, maybe yes, maybe no on getting the score. But there are some beautiful moments of presentation of surfing, especially on rail here, Joe, from a kid that doesn't normally surf a wave like this at home. But with these strong offshore winds, you got to present your best stuff. And to me, I feel like we still have some repertoire that we haven't seen from Marco in this heat. Combination of maneuvers, though, I mean, when it comes to surfing into the lip line, have been great.
French-Mexican representing France. Growing up in Sayulita, as we look at McGillivray from Jeffreys Bay, South Africa, looking to better a 267 here, loading up for the punt. A nice lofty
cool
front side reverse through this offshore flow. He can do this on demand, especially when he has a section as good as this.
Yeah, and as you said, on the fly, too, just being able to adjust and kind of read the section in the moment. As you see right here, I mean, he has so much speed, but I like the way that he doesn't go fully above the lip, though, and I just think it's a testament to how strong that offshore wind is at the moment. That's a cool shot with the 2 surfers still riding on the wave. And you can just see right here, see how he doesn't get super high, Joe? I like that he didn't go super lofty. Has a 6, only looking to improve on the 267. There's no doubt that that's long gone by now, but he made sure just to be on top of his board the entire time.
Very competitive in both disciplines. It's pretty rare to see that. Basically ride anything he wants. 5 minutes on the clock. Matthew McGillivray with priority. Drives into that first section. Setup work deeper off the bottom. Big snap there. 2 great turns. Deep bottom turn and punches it out again. McGillivray finding beautiful flow here at Punta Roca. Lays it over again. That section's going to keep him behind for a moment, but he's back out in front. Drops down to the bottom, tags a finish through the offshore. What a great performance and a great series of turns from the point break specialist. Britt Merrick a bit more animated than J. Bottle Thompson, but you know they both loved it.
An improvement right here of the 533, I feel. You talked about a deep bottom turn. The first carve is beautiful, but it's more of a setup. How deep did he get right there, Joe? On this third one as well. Look at how much he has to cover in terms of distance to be able to get around the corner and just engage with that lip line. Talking about somebody who grew up at a point break with similar kind of conditions to this one right here at the point. Takes him a little while to make it around this section, but I just love the way he didn't try to push too hard. Made sure to close out that wave. Clutch performance, really in a dying moment of the heat right here, Joe, but once again, calm on the outside. These next 2 turns, crisp, especially this third one. I'm a huge fan of McGillivray's style, and as you said, recognizable from a distance, Joe. Excellent surfing, a lot of poise, and of course, maturity in his surfing after several years now on the World Championship Tour. But once again, I think just having these conditions at home quite often, he probably went out there with a lot of comfort knowing that he was reminding himself of something that he surfs on the daily basis.
Love how he could change gears too, and using a lot of the lip line, knowing that it has some power with his longer period energy.
And he's a bigger guy. I'm, not shocked that he's actually riding a longer board. That was just an extreme and beautiful bottom turn right there for the third maneuver. In the pocket the entire time. Excellent read. And of course, when we talk about point break styles, got to recognize this guy as one of the best on tour but just his feet placement the entire time, his positioning on the wave. Wind out there this morning has been impeccable. And M.Mignot, it seems like just another throwaway for Marco right here. So he's been on a roll with those at the beginning of the heat, Joe, and Jason not very stoked about that one.
It will be Matthew McGillivray getting into the quarterfinals. And we haven't seen McGillivray in that final series really since going back to El Salvador last year, where he finished equal third.